Do you know what it's like to carry the weight of the world? To feel like the ground beneath you is crumbling, but you keep standing anyway. Everyone tells you to be strong, but they don't see the cracks in your soul. They don't feel the weight that presses against your chest. They don't know how many nights you've spent fighting with your own mind, battling demons no one else can see. They don't know that every day feels like a war, a battle that no one understands. It's the silence that cuts the deepest, the loneliness, the isolation. You try to speak, but no one listens, so you swallow your pain, bury it, keep it hidden. You put on the mask and pretend everything is fine, but deep down, you're screaming. Every day the doubt creeps in. Am I strong enough? Can I survive this? You look around, and everyone else seems to have it together. But what about you? What about the constant battle you fight with yourself? The scars no one can see. The wounds that run so deep they make you question whether you'll ever heal. You think you're broken. You think you can't go on. But here's the truth. You're not broken. You're not weak. The question isn't if you'll break. It's whether you'll choose to stay down when life knocks you down, or rise, unshakable, stronger than you ever imagined. The pain wraps around you like chains, squeezing tighter with every step. Every time you think you've escaped, it pulls you back. It drags you deeper into the abyss, drowning you in your own fear and regret. You're trapped, alone. The world moves on, but you're stuck in this prison of your own making. Every night is a battle. The darkness whispers in your ear, telling you that you're not enough, telling you that your struggles are meaningless, that you're just another soul lost in the crowd. You try to fight it, but the weight of your own failures is too much to bear. Every mistake, every missed opportunity, it haunts you. It becomes a part of you. But the worst part is the silence. When you're broken, no one sees the cracks. They don't know how much it hurts just to keep going. They don't understand the pain that lives inside you. It's suffocating. The weight of the world is crushing you, and there's no one to help, no one to share the load. And then the anger hits, that fire that burns deep inside. You want to scream, you want to rage against the world. But what's the point? Who's going to listen? Who's going to care? You're just one person, just one. But even in the darkest moments, there's a flicker, a spark of defiance. Maybe I can't see it now. Maybe I'm broken, but I will never give in. You think you're weak? You think you're worthless? You're wrong. You're stronger than you realize. Every time life knocks you down, you're given a chance to rise again. Every wound, every scar, it makes you harder, sharper, and closer to the warrior you're meant to become. But you won't see it yet. Not until you've walked through the fire. Not until you've stared into the abyss and found the strength to look away. Then something changes. It's subtle at first. A shift in the way you see the world. the way you see yourself. It's like a whisper in your soul that says, "This is not the end. This is just the beginning." You feel the fire stirring within you, the embers of your pain, your suffering. They no longer control you. You control them. Every scar is a lesson. Every heartbreak is fuel. The weight that once dragged you down becomes the foundation of your strength. You've been broken, beaten, torn apart, but you are still here. You are still standing. You bleed, you break, but you rise. You rise from the ashes of your past. You rise from the ruins of everything you thought would destroy you. The warrior inside you is awakening. The darkness that once defined you now becomes your weapon. You are no longer a victim of your circumstances. You are the storm. You are unbreakable. You know the pain. You know the struggle. But you also know that this is where you find your power. When everything is falling apart, when the world tells you to give up, that's when you make your move. That's when you fight back. You don't back down. You don't run. You don't let anyone or anything define you. You define yourself. The world may have tried to break you, but what they don't realize is that the more they pushed you down, the stronger you became. The harder they hit, the sharper you got. You don't just survive, you conquer. Every moment you doubted yourself, that was just a stepping stone. Every tear you shed, that was just the path to your greatness. The battle isn't over, but you're no longer afraid. You are the one they'll fear, the one they'll never see coming. And when you rise, they won't be able to stop you. Strength isn't just physical, it's mental, emotional. It's the silent battles you fight when no one is watching. It's the scars no one sees, the wounds you carry alone. Because when you rise, when you find your power, it doesn't always come with a crowd cheering you on. Sometimes it comes with the silence of solitude. You might feel alone, misunderstood. The people around you don't get it. They don't see the effort it takes to keep going when the weight of the world is on your shoulders. The loneliness that settles deep in your chest. It's the price of greatness. The price of being strong when everyone expects you to break. You'll fight these battles in the dark, alone, in the silence. No one will know how much it costs to stand tall, to stay strong. But here's the truth. The silence is your strength. The isolation is your forge. You're sharpening your spirit in this solitude, turning yourself into a weapon, a force that can't be stopped. Loneliness is part of the journey. It's the test that separates the ones who give up from the ones who rise. But when you learn to face it, when you learn to embrace it, you find something within yourself that no one can ever take away. Strength isn't about having people by your side all the time. It's about knowing you don't need anyone to define you. You are enough. You are complete. And when the world finally sees what you've become, they'll realize that you were never truly alone. You were simply becoming unbreakable. The scars aren't just wounds. They're proof of survival. Every single one of them tells a story of pain, of struggle, but most importantly, of overcoming. You've fought battles that no one knows about. You've endured things that would have broken anyone else. But you're still here. And that, right there, is your victory. Life isn't about avoiding the pain. It's not about escaping the struggle. The reality is, there will be days when you feel like giving up. Days when the weight of it all is too much. But what if I told you that the pain is part of the process? What if I told you that without it, you would never be who you're meant to be? The truth is, the fight isn't over. But you've come so far, and you've learned to carry your scars with pride. You've learned that they don't define you, they empower you. Every struggle, every tear has shaped you into something far stronger than you ever thought possible. So don't run from the pain, embrace it. Because every time you get knocked down and rise again, you become unbreakable. And yes, it's tough. Yes, it's painful. But that's the price of greatness. You're not just surviving anymore. You're living. You're fighting. You're becoming the version of yourself you were always meant to be. No, it's not easy. But nothing worth having ever is. And as long as you keep moving forward, nothing can stop you. The road ahead might be hard, but the only way is up. So keep climbing. Keep rising. Pain may shape us, but it doesn't define us. Your struggles don't own you. They never did. You are the one in control. You are the one who decides what happens next. You've been through hell, but you've survived. You've been beaten, betrayed, and broken, but you've never stayed down. You've learned to rise. You've learned to fight. And now, you've become unbreakable. So don't let anyone tell you that you're weak. Don't let anyone convince you that you can't keep going. Every time life knocks you down, you get stronger. Every scar you carry makes you who you are. Stronger, fiercer, unstoppable. You're not just a survivor. You're a warrior. A force of nature that can't be stopped. And if I can endure this, so can you. Fight for yourself. Fight for your future. Because warriors don't quit. They don't break. Now is the time to rise, to stand tall, to become unbreakable. The world won't see you coming, but they will feel the power of what you've become. And when you rise, they will regret every moment they tried to break you. You are unbreakable. But if you're ready to rise even higher, to become the person you were always meant to be, then don't just stop here. Subscribe. Stay tuned for more. Because this journey isn't over yet. There's more power to unlock, more battles to fight, and more greatness to claim. Hit that subscribe button. It's time to make your rise unstoppable.